Hey everyone, Dave here. This is the 2021 Specialized Evo Comp model. This is my personal bike. I've had it since about August 2020 when they started coming into New Zealand. I am so stoked with this bike. Let me share with you exactly why. Alright, so let's start off with the most obvious thing. It's freaking yellow. I absolutely love this colour. Initially, when you look at it on the web, it doesn't look all that appealing, but in the flesh and carbon, I absolutely love it. So I've modified this thing with a dyed bro kit. This is the Aotearoa Pattern, and I've applied this right from the jump, and it just takes the edge off the colour just a smidgen and adds a little bit of my personality and Kiwi-fied the bike just to my liking. Next up, obviously it's running full Shimano, which I'm a massive fan of. It's got the SLX group set, so the M7100. It's got the cranks, the 4-pot brakes, and they just work, and I absolutely love them. Next up, it's got the alloy wheels from Specialized. These are going to get swapped out real soon for a set of carbon Rovals, so stay tuned. That's going to be a really epic upgrade on this thing. The X-Fusion dropper seat post is just functional unit. It works, does what it's meant to do. Specialized power saddle, love the saddle, just works for me. It's got a nice little groove channel in the middle there for pressure relief, and it just works and I love it. Next up, it's got the Specialized trail grips, and man, these are getting a hammering. Starting to wear quite well. I've had this bike, like I say, probably about 7 months, and yeah, these will be swapped out real soon, probably for another set of either Specialized items or maybe some deities or something like that. Next up, you've got the RockShox Deluxe Select Plus shock. That works really well, super plush. What I've done with this is gone onto the Specialized website, into their suspension calculator, thrown in my weight, thrown in my height, and it's given me all the settings that I need. But what I found was that it was just a smidgen harsh. So I've dialed back the rebound a little just to plush it out a little, and it's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. So the 110 mil travel up the back here. Next up, you've got the RockShox SID Select. So again, within the Specialized suspension calculator, it made a little bit harsh, so I've dialed that back a little with the rebound. Absolute money. Love this fork. On the bottom of the cage here, you've got a little SWAT tool. So you've got a little door, and you've got your little SWAT little multi-function tool. This is good for doing up your axles, doing up little bits on the trail side, and it's a really handy little piece of kit to have. So I've converted recently, probably within the last year, to clipless or SPD. These are the XT XC pedals, and they work really well. The guys at the shop just said to me, hey, why don't you tighten them up a little? They feel a bit sloppy, so I've tightened them up all the way, and hopefully that'll instill a little bit more confidence in my riding. Hey Nevy, how you going, buddy? You come to join me for this video. Ginger cat to go with the yellow bike. Cool. Alright, so moving on, we've got the Specialized Fast Track 2.3 on the rear and the ground control 2.3 on the front. I find this combo to be really good while racing and just regular trail stuff. We're coming into the sloppier months here in New Zealand, just made it to autumn. So what I'll be doing most probably is putting a ground control on the rear, just to see whether that helps with a little bit of grip as it gets just a little tiny bit slidier in the redwoods. So recently I just put on a race face, what is that? That's a Next R carbon handlebar and the race face turbine 35mm clamp stem, and so far I'm really happy with them. It just gives a little bit more compliance, a little bit less buzz, takes a little bit of the harshness out of the ride, and it's a total worthy upgrade. So the final upgrade that I've made to this so far is the RockShox fender that actually goes with the SID fork. There's two little bolts in the back of this that help it to sit there, and it makes the whole package just super tidy and keeps a little bit of the mud from flicking up and getting me in the eye. So how does this thing ride? Well, in a word, it's epic. Epic by name, epic by nature. Anything I throw at this thing, it'll handle, even though it's got 120 at the front and 110 mil of travel at the rear. Descending, absolutely incredible. Climbing, fantastic. What I tend to do though when I climb is I flick the little climb switch here on the rear shock, and it just helps me power up the hills like you wouldn't believe. Flip it down into descend mode, and away you go. What more else is there to say? This thing is just absolutely amazing, and yeah, I race it in local XC races, and I go out and smash it on the trails, and it just handles absolutely everything. If you're looking for your next cross-country bike or trail bike, then give the Specialized a shot. It's absolutely worth your consideration. I'm totally impressed with it, and I'm almost 100% sure that you will be too. So until next time, ride safe, and we'll catch you out there on the trails.